Mocha the dog does science. Mocha's got really good instruments and tools, sensors, a range of them. And she's had them calibrated and standardised through play as a puppy. Not only that, she practiced using them and resets them all the time and then applies them. In actual fact, by modelling and simulating through play, she gets to know how to use them. And she applies them with persistence, coming back time and again to the same problem and using all those sensors. Just having a wee think about it and a mull over it, looking at it, tasting it, feeling its texture. She might try something else to compare textures as a comparison, and she'll repeat it. She'll have another go and have another go. Repetition is an important part of her learning and discovery. And this curiosity helps her build a reliable picture of the natural world, a picture that contains as much truth value in the context of her life as possible to help her survive. She comes back again to the problem. She might repeat it and doesn't just leave it alone, but just thinks about it, applies it and relates it to other things, place and time. And then, of course, it's just the same as our experiment we set up. If we want to investigate that question about the effect of rain, we have to have more than one replicate, more than one sample, because the patterning of water, or the amount of waterfall you can see, is different in replicate 3 than 2. And not one replicate would give us a clear picture. Multiple. And then we want to be able to do it maybe a number of times, a number of different rainy days. And then do our measurements, at different time intervals and record them over time. Being persistent and coming back to the problem, thinking about it in between, and applying all our senses and our tools. Of course, our tool instrument here is the hydrometer we've made, and we've trained it with standardisation and calibration, and we've practiced using it, playing around with different little parts of it. But then, of course, at the end of the day, we come home, we've got to load the data onto the laptop and make sense of it, don't we, Mocha? And it's definitely true. And here's an example of that spreadsheet you could use, which we'll go and look at a bit further. We'll get into this in GTV 1.9. See you there.